Hi everyone, my name is Ruya Savuran. I'm a PhD student and a research assistant at Middle East Technical University. In this presentation, I would like to present the smallest part of my dissertation, and the title of my presentation is Investigation of how Pre-Service Mathematics Teachers Learn About How knowledge of Students Interact with the Content Through Lesson Study. As I said before, this is the smallest part of my dissertation, and the current study investigates how pre-service mathematics teachers improve their knowledge of how students interact with the content through lesson study. In particular, for this study, the content was selected as the concept of limit, because the concept of limit can be described as a cornerstone of fundamental concepts of the calculus, and understanding limit is of importance for understanding the other mathematical concepts. In the literature, the studies show that students and teachers have difficulties in learning and teaching the concept related to language and intuition of limit, infinity concept, and the definition of the limit. For the improvement of pre-service mathematics teachers' knowledge of students and content, a lesson study was selected as a teaching experiment for this study. Lesson study is a cycling process that teachers work collaboratively. Each cycle includes 4 steps such as investigation, planning, conducting and observing the lesson, and reflection, revision if necessary, of the lesson plan, which can occur over a number of weeks for instructional development based on students' learning. It should be emphasized that the focus of lesson study is students' learning. In the current study, there were 2 cycles for 3 lesson plans, aiming to teach the whole unit of the concept of limit. The lesson study group consists of 3 pre-service mathematics teachers and the researchers, I and my supervisor. As the method, the study can be described as a holistic case study in qualitative research methods. The study was conducted in the last semester of a 4-year undergraduate mathematics teacher education program in the capital of Turkey. The fundamental data collection technique was the observation of the discussion, planning and teaching the lesson, and the observation notes of the researchers. All the observations were video recorded and transcribed. After that, the data were coded inductively according to the research question. The preliminary analysis showed that the lesson study improves pre-service mathematics teachers' ways of teaching and knowledge of how students interact with the content through two different ways. The first one, by discussing how they learned the content themselves earlier, for instance, the calculus courses, the high school mathematics courses, advanced calculus courses, etc. And the second one, by reflecting upon problems they encounter while teaching the content in an actual classroom setting. By doing so, they have the chance to eliminate the problematic aspects their students' learning process and their own learning process. As I have the limited time to present this study, you can see the excerpts from my data in planning and after enacting the lesson plan. In planning phase, they discussed about the effectiveness of the sample problem. The sample problem was to find the closest number to 1 by starting 0.9. And they discussed on this sample problem, and they found that there was attractive and a good starting point for teaching the concept of limit. And after enacting the lesson plan, they reflect upon the same problem and discuss why it didn't work and come up with new solutions. You can see in the excerpt. Through these dialogues, we can see that pre-service mathematics teachers not only revise the lesson plan and not only revise the question, not only revise the activity, but also revise their own conceptions by means of lesson study process. As the conclusion part, it can be argued that the combination of, it can be argued that the combination of the theory and practice in the lesson study process provides pre-service mathematics teachers to eliminate to understand how students learn the content through learning process. While discussing how they learned the content themselves to eliminate the problematic aspects their students' learning process, they easily see their own learning mistakes and revise it in their mind. While reflecting upon problems they encounter in teaching the content in an actual classroom setting, they can see the interaction between students and content beyond theory and their own conceptions. The findings of this study have important implications for design of the teacher education programs, as well as providing a mediator or a tool for the development of per-service mathematics teachers' general pedagogical practices. The experience of engaging in lesson study process help per-service teachers to take more critically reflective stance on their teaching and developing their own knowledge. For this reason, it can be said that the future studies integrating lesson study to practicum course or teaching methods course might reveal useful implications for per-service mathematics teachers. Thank you.